What is going on? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Today I wanted to go in a little bit about how we found our first deal. We've got a deal in Tucson that we're working on right now. It is in contract. We're about 6 days in the contract today. Can you go over kind of what your roles were and what you went into and how you uh, found this first deal?
Yeah, I can go into how we found this first deal. So, with looking at multifamily properties, we started with the basics. We went to Crexi and LoopNet, scoured the internet
Well,
for
first, what's Crexi and LoopNet?
Crexi and LoopNet are commercial real estate sites similar to like a Redfin or a Zillow for residential. This is the commercial property sites that investors or anyone can look at for listed commercial properties, multifamily being one of them. So we started there.
Got it.
They have the listing agents or the brokers that are listing those commercial properties. Um, in line with that, we also were finding brokers basically through Google on in the areas we were looking. Tucson being the main one,
Yeah.
um, and that's where it really began. Starting to broker or starting to um, what's the word I'm looking for? Starting to
Network.
culture
Yeah.
network, cultivate, there we go, cultivate that relationship with the brokers, and building that trust for them to send us deals because not
Yeah,
all of them.
really just bugging the crap out of them, right? I mean,
Yeah.
holy crap. I, I can tell you, not to cut you off, but I did, but I can tell you that I called the same brokers week in, week out, almost 1 to 2 times a week, made sure that it was on my task list to just bug the crap out of these brokers. But yeah, anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean that's really what you got to do. That's how you start the relationship, and then to keep on them and build that trust. The continuous conversations with them to get them to be on your side. Um, and as I was saying, not all of their listings are on Crexi or LoopNet. They have plenty of listings that they send out to their investors,
Yeah.
that they like working with or have trust in working with. Um, and that's really how we found this first deal. You were
Yeah.
hounding one broker in Tucson, and he sent us this listing, thought it'd be a great fit for our buy box. And that's where it really began to get into this deal.
Yeah, yeah, and then from there, it was kind of like get to the nitty gritty, go and do all the numbers, and that's where you come in, of course, and run all the numbers, make sure that it works for us and what we're looking for, and then works for our investors. Um, but yeah, yeah, definitely. Kind of how we've set it up, or how it's been starting to get set up, is I'm kind of like the relationship guy, where I go in and bug everybody and start to build these relationships, and then you're
You're the
doing all the
pest.
back end, the grunt work, with social media, with our website, etc. Um, but yeah, man, I so this deal, it's a 10 unit deal, and we were looking for anywhere from 10 to 30 units. We figured that was kind of our sweet spot for our first deal. Can you kind of give me what your back, or what your thought process on was for those, that unit count, and why?
I think financially it made the most sense as far as raising capital. It's not too daunting of a number like 100 units on your first deal. Might seem a little excessive. We know we can manage anywhere in the 10 to 30 unit range. Obviously, as we grow and get bigger, we'll be able to manage those 100 unit deals, no questions asked. But this was a good starting point for us, not only financially, but manage to be able to manage that size property.
Yeah,
Um,
and the 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 brokers, like we said, they have several deals offline that they're not marketing to the world. They're marketing to their specific buyers, and and the higher unit count, the more I would say those deals are going to get sent to their preferred buyer list. So that 10 to 30 unit, they might not have as many buyers that they can just go in and say, hey, here, take a look at this. And so we figured that was kind of our bread and butter, and to get into a deal. Then from there, hopefully, we don't know yet, but hopefully it gets kind of ramped up from there, where these brokers will have some trust in us and we'll be able to take off, and they'll be able to send us all of their deals, if not a good chunk of their off market stuff.
Hopefully that opens the door.
Yeah, but
I mean, even to backtrack, getting that relationship built, one of the things we did was go out to Tucson, drive around the city. Obviously, we met with the broker. That was a big one, face to face, shook their hand. Um, but not only meeting brokers, we met with property managers, we met with lenders, um, just to get the lay of the land a little bit more. Everyone has their own insight. I mean, even the lenders were giving us good intel on like, hey, this area is nice, that area stay away from. Property managers as well. So going out there, I think that was a crucial piece of building that trust. What do you
yeah,
think?
yeah, no, absolutely. I think one of our strong suits, and something that we've been hammering for a long time, is setting a foundation. I mean, our foundation is kind of like Derrick Henry's legs. Those things, just massive bricks.
Saquon?
Um, uh, we, we definitely have uh, we've definitely set a foundation. I think it's time to kind of execute on that. But we've done more than enough groundwork, and that was kind of our goal, was get into the city, get into the market, get our feet on the soil, meet people, and build those relationships. And I think uh, hopefully those start paying dividends here in the next here with the next few deals. But but yeah, that was kind of our main goal from the start, was to just build a big foundation, probably bigger than we needed to build before we started moving forward, I think. But hey,
A
I mean,
100 unit foundation is what we built.
yeah, for a 10 unit budget.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, it definitely was an awesome experience from the start. But this 10 unit deal is something that we're hoping kind of catapults us into that next uh, class of assets. So
Yeah. What do you think is our next best step from here? After we close this deal, things are in motion. What's the next big one for you?
shoot, after we go through due diligence on this deal, after we raise all the capital, it's really going to depend on the capital that we raise, really, because if we can raise um, a couple million, or we know that we can raise a couple million, I mean, sky's the limit. If we're limited on our capital raising ability, we're going to need to partner with somebody who's really good at raising capital, or really jump on the horn and start making it more of our business to talk to investors and meet new investors. So I think that's kind of what's going to dictate where we go moving forward, whether we go for another 10 unit deal, or we go for a 40 unit deal, or 50 unit plus. You and I have always talked about, from day one, is we're only going to go as far as the money that we can raise. So that's going to be our big hurdle and big challenge here over the next couple of months, and really going to let us know what we're made of. But what about you? What do you think?
Well, just to touch on that, the yes, that's a hurdle, but that's also the beauty of being in an industry where there are others that can help you. Like you said, there are other people we could partner with that might be really good at raising capital, but have a hard time finding deals. So we can kind of use those partnerships or leverage other people
Yeah,
with our strengths and their strengths and conquer even more. So that's um, I think the beauty of being in this industry or just real
yeah,
estate
that's
investing in general.
that's a great point. is that's why you make the contacts. That's why you go to networking events. That's why you meet the people you need to meet and call the people that you need to call, and don't stop calling. Even if you do have, even if things are going the right way, your way, don't stop calling and don't stop building those relationships. You Yeah, you said it. There's really three things you can do, and I'm sure we'll say this 100,000 times. There's really three things you can do when buying multifamily. You can or when you are operating multifamily, you can be great operators and great asset managers. You can be great capital raisers, or you can be great deal finders. And if you can master one, you're good. If you can master two, you're great. If you can master all three, sky's the limit. You can do whatever you really want. So
Financial freedom
there you go. Well, that's yeah, that can happen as or earlier
in
than
a
you think.
multitude of ways.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I think that was good. I think that is a good place to stop for today. I think we can, um, yeah, good.
Build from here.
Yep.
Like and subscribe.
Hey, do it.